Hello, I'm JT Quicks. I love you all. You're all awesome. This week, we're going to talk about, well, the name of the video is going to be, Jesus Christ was attacked by prejudice and hate, evil, when he was crucified. Okay? That's going to be the name of the video this week. Okay? 13 years ago, I accidentally delivered my soul to heaven. I was being attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. I was being attacked by evil. Okay? We get attacked by evil when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. Okay? Alright? I see the truth in real time. Okay? From heaven. I see the truth in real time. Okay? The forces of my love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? So, when you conquer evil, the forces of your love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? I am in the war for heaven. Okay? Because you enter the war for heaven. When the forces of your love fights prejudice and hate, you have entered the war for heaven. Okay? Alright? So, just so you know. Okay? I'm actually a warrior for heaven. I fight evil for Jesus Christ. Okay? So, alright? And Satan can't hide from me anymore. Okay? Satan can't hide from me anymore. Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Satan is the spirit of fear. Alright? And like I said, we get attacked by evil when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. We get attacked by prejudice and hate when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. Okay? Jesus Christ was attacked by prejudice and hate, evil, when he was crucified. Okay? And that's what we're going to talk about. Okay? Because Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? And in this video, I'm going to show you how to become powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? So, alright? So what happened with Jesus, because he was powerful, unbreakable love, his soul was already in heaven when he was alive. Okay? That's why he was powerful, unbreakable love. His love was unbreakable because he never gives up to win. Okay? Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win. Okay? That kept him unbreakable. Okay? And that's what I want you to do. I want you to never ever give up to win against evil. That will keep you unbreakable. Okay? Alright? And that kept his soul in heaven while he was alive. That keeps your soul in heaven while you're alive, if you stay unbreakable. As long as you stay powerful and unbreakable, your soul stays in heaven while you're alive. Okay? Alright? So what happened with Jesus is, because his love was powerful and unbreakable, the forces of his love, because Satan is the spirit of fear, okay? Fear reacted against the forces of his love. And when fear reacted against the forces of his love, it hurt their prejudice. Okay? This hurts their prejudice. When this hurts their prejudice, this drives the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? This drives them mad. Then they prejudged and hated Jesus Christ. Okay? Alright? And because they prejudged and hated Jesus Christ, they couldn't break him. Jesus Christ is unbreakable. Okay? That's what I want. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video, is to become unbreakable love. Okay? You need to become unbreakable. Okay? Jesus Christ is unbreakable. The forces of his love is unbreakable because he was defending heaven. Okay? The forces of his love is defending heaven. Okay? because he's unbreakable. Okay? So what happened with Jesus is he was powerful, unbreakable love, and that hurts their prejudice, because what happened was fear reacted against the forces of his love. This hurts their prejudice, right? And this drives the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? They couldn't break Jesus Christ. Okay? Even when they crucified him, they couldn't break him. Because he never ever gives up to win. Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win. Okay? When you conquer evil, you always have to win. Okay? You always have to win when you conquer evil. Okay? Alright? Winners don't quit, quitters don't win. Okay? Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win. That kept him unbreakable. Okay? Even when they crucified him. Okay? So when they tortured him, they couldn't break him. Okay? And when they crucified him, put him on a cross, they still couldn't break him. Okay? And because he stayed unbreakable, his soul stayed in heaven after he died. That means he won when he died. Okay? Alright? Now in order to win when you die, your soul stays in heaven after you die. Okay? So that means Jesus Christ won. That's how Jesus Christ conquered evil. He never ever gives up the win against evil. Okay? Alright? And that's how we conquer evil. We never ever give up the win. Okay? Against evil. That's how we conquer evil. This keeps us unbreakable. As long as we stay unbreakable, fear can't break us. Not fear. What else? Evil. Evil breaks love and keeps it weak in fear. So evil can't break us. Okay? It's evil that breaks love. Okay? What evil does, see, evil attacks the forces of love. Okay? Evil will attack the forces of love. Evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Because Satan is the spirit of fear. So that's what evil does. See, evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Okay? By keeping love weak in fear, right? That's how Satan keeps you under his control. By keeping love weak in fear. This is how Satan keeps you under his control. Okay? He uses prejudice and hate to do this. Because prejudice and hate is evil. Okay? Repeat after me. Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is evil. Okay? Now, prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is created from fear. Okay? Alright? Now, Jesus won because he stayed unbreakable. And because Jesus stayed unbreakable, his soul stayed in heaven after he died. Okay? Meaning he won. Okay? And that's how he conquered evil. Okay? Alright? The forces of your love fights prejudice and hate when you're alive. Because you increase the forces of your love. How you increase the forces of your love, this is what you do. You defend your love, you defend heaven, while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. Okay? Alright? And what that does, that increases the forces of your love. Okay? Alright? And that fights prejudice. Okay? That fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? What it does is, when you increase the forces of your love, when you remove all your fear, your soul enters heaven. Because you remove the corruption. Okay? When you remove all your fear, your soul enters heaven. Because you removed all that corruption. Prejudice and hate is a corruption that is created from fear. Okay? Alright? So let's see what's created from fear. Okay? Hate's created from fear. Prejudice is created from fear. The prejudgment is created from the prejudice. Okay? All right? So when you remove all your fear, you remove this corruption known as prejudice and hate. You remove this out of your love. When you remove all your fear, you will stop prejudging and hating others when you remove your fear. Okay? Did you know when you remove all your fear, your soul enters heaven? You become a non-sinner and your soul enters heaven. Okay? All right? What's keeping your soul out of heaven is prejudice and hate. That is keeping your love weak or woke in fear. Prejudice and hate keeps your love weak or woke in fear. As long as you never ever give up to win against evil, that's going to keep you unbreakable. Okay? Okay? You always believe in yourself, and you never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? All right? You always believe in yourself. Fear goes against two things. Fear goes against two things. Fear goes against you believing in yourself and believing in heaven. Fear goes against you believing. Okay? So when you think of Jesus Christ, think of a pure love and freedom for your soul. Okay? When you deliver your soul to heaven, thrive for pure love and freedom. Okay? All right? Okay? Because that's what prejudice and hate does. Prejudice and hate is there. Evil, the reason evil is there is to keep your souls out of heaven. Okay? We live in prejudice and hate because you're not delivering your souls to heaven. That's why we live in prejudice and hate. We live in prejudice and hate because you're not delivering your souls to heaven. Okay? Now, in order to deliver your soul to heaven, this is what you do. You always believe in yourself, okay? And you never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? That's how we follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? I follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? The forces of my love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? I am prejudged and hated. I am prejudged and hated because of this. Okay? Because I delivered my soul to heaven. I am prejudged and hated. Okay? All right? The forces of my love hurts prejudice. Okay? All right? What happened with me is because I delivered my soul to heaven, I am unbreakable. Okay? And because I'm unbreakable, the forces of my love hurts prejudice. Okay? What happened with me is, this is what I did. I defended my love. I defended heaven while delivering my soul to heaven. I'm defending love and freedom with its forces of love because I'm defending heaven. And because I'm defending heaven, fear reacts against the forces of my love. Okay? Fear reacts against the forces of my love. This hurts their prejudice. Okay? Alright? This drives the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? This drives them mad. Then they prejudge and hate me. This is why the world hates me. Okay? Alright? So what happens is they attack me with prejudice and hate. Okay? This is what they attack me with. Okay? This is what I was attacked by. I was attacked by hate, ball breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice and attack. They talked behind my back. They blamed me for this, blamed me for that. Everything was my fault. Nothing I did was ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it. Okay? That's what I was attacked by. Okay? I don't give up, I don't give in, and I always win against evil. I don't have to say nothing at all. I don't have to say anything. I don't give up, I don't give in, and I always win. I don't give up, I don't give in, and I always win against evil. Okay? So as I stay unbreakable, I win every spiritual battle. Okay? As long as I stay unbreakable, I win every spiritual battle. Okay? As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. Okay? And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. This keeps your soul in heaven while you're alive. Okay? Alright? I removed all my fear and became a non-sinner and delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? That's what happened. Okay? Now, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? This is how we become warriors for heaven. Okay? Alright? So, you always believe in yourself and you never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? Alright? That removes your fear. Satan is the spirit of fear. You want to remove your fear. Okay? Live in fear, defend Satan. Remove your fear, defend heaven. Okay? If you live in fear, you are programmed by Satan to attack heaven with prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Okay? Alright? Let me tell you what heaven is. Heaven is a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. Heaven is a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. When you think of Jesus Christ, think of a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. When you think of Jesus Christ. Because that's what he is. Okay? Alright? So, that's what his soul is. That's what his soul is. It's a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. Okay? At Jesus Christ's love in heaven, that is the forces of love. Okay? I only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. I don't bow and break to anything else. Okay? That's very important. I only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. At Jesus Christ's love and heaven, we love you. We pray for you. We cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Okay? Alright? So, Jesus Christ always has your back when you get attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? And I only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, in heaven. Okay? Alright? I learned the difference because I delivered my soul to heaven. I learned the difference between good and evil. Okay? It's actually the forces of love and evil. I learned the difference between the forces of love and evil when I delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? You will learn the difference between good and evil when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? What's blocking you from seeing the truth from heaven is your own fear. Fear is what blocks you. Fear blocks you from seeing the truth from heaven. Okay? As you move more and more and more of this fear, you see more and more of the truth from heaven. Eventually you start to see the truth in real time. Okay? Alright? So, when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Like I said, we get attacked by evil when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. Okay? Alright? So, yeah. Alright? Okay, let's move on to the next section of the video. Okay? Let's talk about the war for heaven. Okay? A long time ago. This is long before Jesus Christ. This is back before civilization. Okay? You were delivering your souls to heaven. Okay? Back when you were caveman, cavewoman, Indians, things like that. You were delivering your souls to heaven. Okay? Because you had to survive. You had to survive in the wild. Okay? And because you had to survive in the wild, you have to win to survive in the wild. Okay? You have to win. You have to never give up to win to survive in the wild. Okay? And what that did, that kept your soul in heaven while you were alive. Okay? That's why back then you were unconditional love. Okay? That's the instinct that delivers your soul to heaven. Believing in yourself and never giving up to win against evil. Alright? Never giving up to win is the instinct that delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? Well, what happened was, see, animals deliver their soul to heaven the same way. Okay? Because they have to survive in the wild. They have to win. Okay? And in order to win, they never give up to win. Okay? That's why animals are unconditional love. Okay? Alright? This is back when we were caveman, cavewoman, Indians, things like that. Then what happened was, they say Satan got kicked out of heaven. Well, when Satan got kicked out of heaven, you all went into fear. And when you all went into fear, you stopped delivering your souls to heaven. That broke the instinct. Okay? That delivered your soul to heaven. You all stopped delivering your souls to heaven because you went into fear. Back when Satan was kicked out of heaven. Okay? As civilization traveled throughout the land and throughout the world, so did fear and evil, keeping your souls out of heaven. Because what happens was, when you all went into fear, what's created from fear? Hate's created from fear. Prejuditism is created from fear. The prejudgment's created from the prejuditism. Okay? And that creates evil. Okay? That's what happened. Alright? This is when evil was created. Okay? And then what happened was, this is when you stopped believing in heaven. You stopped delivering your souls to heaven. Okay? Alright? So as civilization traveled throughout the land and throughout the world, so did fear and evil, keeping your souls out of heaven. Things like socialism, communism, and dictatorships. These are evil. These keep your souls out of heaven. Okay? Alright? So, okay? There's a vicious cycle that is keeping your soul out of heaven. Okay? Fear, evil is created from fear. Fear is created from evil. Okay? Alright? Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is created from fear. Fear is created from prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Okay? That's a vicious cycle. That vicious cycle is what is keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? Alright? So let's talk about the things that are created from fear. Okay? Or we get attacked. Let's talk about how we get attacked by evil. Okay? One way we get attacked by evil, let's say you're a group of people or a country. Okay? You're a group of people or a country, and you get attacked by evil. Okay? You get attacked by terrorism. Okay? You're all familiar with terrorism, right? Okay? Evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear on the people. Okay? Terrorism attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Well, evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Okay? Alright? Now let's say you're one individual and you get attacked by evil. Okay? You get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. You get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Okay? Alright? And what this does, this is known as breaking. Okay? Evil causes mental illness and suicide. Okay? Prejudice and hate causes mental illness and suicide. Okay? When it breaks people. Okay? Alright? Now how it does this, I'm going to explain. Okay? Let's say Let's say you never give up, okay? Because you never give up to win, right? That keeps you unbreakable. Well, evil's going to try to break you, okay? Because the forces of your love has increased. When the forces of your love has increased, that fear is going to react against that, okay? And when fear reacts against that, that's going to hurt prejuditism. When that hurts prejuditism, we get attacked by prejuditism and hate, okay? All right? And when we get attacked by prejudice and hate, this causes mental illness. Okay? This is known as breaking. Okay? And what this does, it tries to break them into fear. All right? That's what it does. It tries to break them into fear. That's why evil is there. Evil is there to keep love weak or woke in fear. Evil is there to keep love weak or woke in fear. That's why it's there. Okay? So what happens is when it makes a person break, when it breaks a person, it causes them to give up. Okay? They give up. That's what evil is there. Evil is there to make you give up so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. Evil is there to make you give up so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. That's the reason evil is there. Okay? So what happens is it causes a person to give up. A lot of times when a person gives up, they commit suicide. Okay? Let's say a person's prejudged and hated. When they're prejudged and hated, this causes mental illness on the person. When a person's prejudged and hated, this causes mental illness on the person. This is what happened to me. I was attacked by evil. This causes mental illness on me. Okay? I had anxiety, panic attacks. I went into a deep depression. I was stressed emotionally, and I had paranoia. Okay? When I was attacked by evil. Okay? I know what it's like to be attacked by evil. It's no fun. Okay? Alright? Evil tried to break me and couldn't. Okay? So I went into mental illness. Okay? Like I said, I had anxiety, panic attacks, deep depression, stress, to emotional stress, and paranoia. Okay? I was attacked by evil. Okay? I know that evil causes mental illness and suicide. What happens with suicide is they can't handle it because they still live in fear and they get attacked by evil. They can't handle it. Okay? And it breaks them. And when it breaks them, it causes them to give up. And when they give up, they commit suicide. If you commit suicide, Satan wins. If you don't commit suicide, you win. Okay? It's very important to understand. Okay? Evil is there to break us and keep our love weak. That's why evil is there. Okay? This is what is keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? Alright? What else? We never ever give up to win against evil. We never ever give up to win against evil. That will prevent suicide. Okay? Alright? What else? Let's talk about the things that are caused from fear. Okay? Let's say this is created from fear. Hate's created from fear. Prejuditism is created from fear. Okay? And prejudgment is created from the prejuditism, and evil is created from that. Okay? Alright? Let me explain what prejuditism is. Okay? Prejuditism is the evil corruption. Okay? Prejuditism is the evil corruption. This is the same corruption that Jesus was going after when he was alive. Okay? This corruption is known as prejuditism. Okay? Alright? Prejuditism is there to make you give up. That's why it's there. The laws of prejuditism are there to make you give up. That's why it's there. Okay? This evil corruption is there to make you give up. Okay? Alright? This corruption is created from fear, because Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Alright? So what happens is, when you believe in yourself and you never ever give up to win against evil, what you're doing is you're increasing the forces of your love. This will increase the forces of your love. This will make you powerful and unbreakable, just like Jesus Christ. Okay? Because you're following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? And then what happens is, when you follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil, the forces of your love is going to hurt prejuditism. Okay? It's going to hurt prejuditism, because because fear is going to react against the forces of your love. Then you have entered the war for heaven. Okay? Because you hurt their prejuditism. When you hurt their prejuditism, this drives the prejudgment, prejuditism and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? Then they hate you. Okay? Because you're delivering your soul to heaven. Okay? Then they prejudge and hate you. Okay? We get prejudged and hated when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. Okay? Alright? That's how prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is created, from fear. Okay? Alright? Prejudgment and hate is created from prejudice and hate. Okay? When you get prejudged and hated, that's created from prejudice and hate. If you're prejudged and hated, you're being attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? If you're prejudged and hated. Okay? Alright? So let's get back to talking about things that are created from fear. Okay? Terrorism. Okay? Terrorism is created from prejudice and hate. Okay? In order to have terrorism, you need, right? It's created from fear. It's created from prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Terrorism. Well, that's created from fear. Okay? Alright? Hate and corruption. That's prejudice and hate. That's created from fear. Okay? Hate and corruption. When you have hate and corruption, you have pain and suffering. Okay? Alright? Now, in order to fight back hate and corruption, how we do this is we remove the fear. When we remove the fear, we increase the forces of love. When we remove the fear. Okay? Removing the fear increases the forces of love. Okay? Alright? Now, how to remove this fear? You do this through believing in yourself and never giving up to win. Never give up to win against evil. Okay? And that will remove your fear. When you remove your fear, that will increase the forces of your love. Okay? Alright? What else? You being a sinner. Did you know you being a sinner is created from your own prejudice? Because you have prejudice in you, because you have fear. Because you live in fear. Okay? So that's why there's prejudice. Prejudice is the corruption. That corruption is there because it's created from fear. That corruption is created from fear. Okay? Alright? So what happens is, when you remove your fear, you remove the corruption known as prejudice and hate. When you remove all your fear, you stop prejudging and hating others. You will automatically behave. Okay? And you start to see the truth from heaven. You start to learn the difference between good and evil. Okay? You will start to learn the difference between good and bad. Automatically. Because you're removing your fear. Okay? You'll learn the truth from heaven. Okay? You start to see the truth in real time. Okay? When you remove your fear, you start to see the truth in real time. Okay? You'll start to see the war for heaven. You will start to see the war for heaven. You will start seeing the truth in real time. We live in a spiritual war. And what happens is, when you remove your fear, you're going to enter that spiritual war. Okay? All right? So, what else? All the bad stuff you see going on around the world. Okay? All right? Like I said, you being a sinner is created from your own fear. What did I say? When you remove all your fear, your soul enters heaven. You become a non-sinner and your soul enters heaven when you remove all your fear. Okay? Live in fear, defend Satan. Remove your fear, defend heaven. If you live in fear, you are programmed by Satan to attack heaven with prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Okay? All right? So, I'm actually a warrior for heaven. I'm defending heaven. That's why I'm showing you all this stuff. Okay? And explaining this to you. Okay? All right? So what happens is, you always believe in yourself, and you never ever give up to win against evil. That's going to remove your fear. Okay? As you remove more and more and more of your fear, this is going to remove the corruption. This will remove the evil corruption out of your love. Okay? And as you remove this evil corruption out of your love, you start to become a non-sinner, and your soul enters heaven. Okay? All right? You will stop prejudging and hating others when you remove your fear. When you remove your fear, you will stop prejudging and hating others when you remove your fear. Okay? All right? What else? Yeah. Okay? At Jesus Christ's love in heaven, we love you. We pray for you. We cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Jesus Christ always has your back. Okay? When you get attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? So, I was attacked by a lot of evil. I know the truth. I was attacked by a lot of prejudgment, prejudice, and hate down through the years. Okay? I got more prejudice and hate stories than Jesus Christ. Okay? That's how bad I was attacked. Okay? So, nobody knows more about fighting evil than J.T. Quicks. Okay? Alright? What else? Yeah, like I said, all the bad stuff you see going on around the world is created from fear. Because Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? And that's what causes you to prejudge and hate others, is your fear. Because what happens is, fear dictates your actions if you live in fear. If you live in fear, fear will dictate your actions. And when fear dictates your actions, you will prejudge and hate. Okay? That's why you want to remove your fear. Okay? Alright? Let's talk about following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? Alright? We never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? Alright? Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil. That kept him unbreakable. Okay? And yes, you can deliver your soul to heaven, and you believe in yourself. Yes, you can deliver your soul to heaven. You always believe in yourself. Yes, you can deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Because what's keeping your soul out of heaven is prejudice and hate. Okay? That's what's keeping your soul out of heaven, is the corruption of prejudice and hate. That's what's keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? So what happens is, you're always going to believe in yourself, and you're never going to give up to win against evil. Okay? You're going to follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? Alright? What that does, that removes your fear. Okay? Believing in yourself removes your fear. Okay? Never giving up to win against evil. Never giving up to win against evil. That makes you unbreakable. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the fear, and we're going to keep the fear out. We're going to remove the fear, and we're going to keep the fear out. As we remove more and more and more of this fear, this is going to remove the corruption known as prejudice and hate. This will remove that corruption. Okay? Alright? And as we remove more and more of this fear, we're going to remove more and more of this corruption. You will stop prejudging and hating others. You will automatically behave. You will automatically behave. Okay? What else? Yeah, you'll start to see the truth in real time. You'll start to see the truth. Okay? You'll start to learn the difference between good and bad as you increase the forces of your love even more, because you're removing your fear. You'll start learning the difference between good and evil. You'll start learning the difference between the forces of love, which is in heaven, and evil, which is down here on the planet. Okay? You'll start learning the difference. The difference. Okay? Alright? What else? Don't fear God. Okay? They got you fearing God. That is the worst thing you can do, is fear God. Don't fear God. I want you to make God your best friend. Okay? You make Jesus Christ your best friend. Okay? At Jesus Christ's love in heaven, we love you. We pray for you. We cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Okay? Jesus Christ always has your back when you get attacked by evil. Make Jesus Christ your best friend. Okay? You can talk to Jesus Christ anytime you want. He hears you. You're closer to heaven than you think. Okay? So make Jesus Christ your best friend. Okay? Don't fear God. That is the worst thing you can do. What that causes, fearing God, causes you to fear the forces of love from heaven. Okay? So you don't want to fear God. Okay? Alright? And you don't have to fear judgment. You want to know why you don't have to fear judgment? Because there is no judgment. You're delivering your soul to the truth. You're delivering your soul to the truth. Okay? Heaven is the truth. Okay? You're delivering your soul to heaven, which heaven is the truth. Okay? Alright? Your soul's entering heaven while you're alive. Your soul is entering heaven while you're alive. That's why there is no judgment. Okay? There is no judgment in the forces of love. Okay? Alright? And you don't have to fear death. You want to know why you don't have to fear death? Because if you know you delivered your soul to heaven, and you know you're going to win when you die, you're not going to fear death. Okay? Because you're going to win when you die. If you know you're going to win when you die, you're not going to fear death. Okay? I don't fear God. I don't fear judgment. And I don't fear death. Because I know I'm going to win when I die. Okay? Alright? Because my soul's going to stay in heaven after I die. My soul's already in heaven. Because I delivered my soul to heaven. So my soul's going to stay in heaven after I die. Because I never ever give up to win against evil. Me in heaven never lose. Me in heaven never lose. Okay? Alright? Because I'm fighting evil. Me in heaven never lose. Okay? Because the forces of my love is fighting evil. Okay? Alright? What else? And do what they say can't be done. Now what I mean by do what they say can't be done, things like, I can't, I cannot, you can't, you cannot, that's impossible. Those are discouragements. Okay? I call those the laws of prejudicism. I call those the laws of prejudicism. Okay? I want you to bust the laws of prejudicism. In order to bust the laws of prejudicism, I want you to never ever give up to win against evil. That's there to make you give up. That's there to make you give up. So I want you to bust the laws of prejudicism. Okay? I want you to break evil. I don't want evil to break you. I want you to break evil. Okay? Alright? So, I want you to win. I want evil to lose, you to win. You have to constantly win. 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 Okay? Never give up to win. Okay? Alright? Okay? What else? What happens is, as the forces of your love increases, okay, I only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. I only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. I do not bow and break to anything else. That's very important that you understand that. That is like one of the most important things. Only bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. Don't bow and break to anything else. Okay? Jesus Christ, love, and heaven is the forces of love. So you're only going to bow and break to Jesus Christ, love, and heaven. Do not bow and break to anything else. Okay? I do not bow and break to prejudicism and hate. I do not bow and break to hate and corruption. Those are evil. Okay? That's evil. Okay? Alright? So, that's very important to understand. Okay? When you're delivering your soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? What else? Yeah. Okay? So what happens is, as the forces of your love increases, you're going to enter the war for heaven. Okay? So you're going to start seeing more and more and more of the truth. You start to overcome. Okay? You'll start to overcome. You may start to overcome. You overcome your bad habits. Okay? I overcame drinking a long time ago. Okay? I was attacked by evil. Then I overcame smoking. I quit smoking. I used a patch. It wasn't easy, but I quit smoking. Okay? Alright? What else? I overcame mental illness when I started fighting evil. I overcame mental illness when I started fighting evil. Okay? Heaven asked me to fight prejudicism. That's why I'm fighting evil. Heaven asked me to fight prejudicism. This is why I'm fighting evil. And I'm showing you how to fight evil. Just like I'm fighting evil. Okay? Alright? So, heaven asked me to fight prejudicism. Okay? This is why I'm fighting evil. Okay? What else? Yeah. Okay? As you increase the forces of your love, you're going to overcome. The biggest thing I want you to overcome is suicide. I want you to overcome suicide. I want you to never ever give up to win against evil. I want you to overcome suicide. That's the hardest thing you're going to overcome is suicide. Because see what happened with me, I was attacked by evil and my entire life was destroyed. I was attacked by evil and my entire life was destroyed. Okay? But I never give up to win. Okay? Winners don't quit, quitters don't win. And that kept me unbreakable. Okay? That's why I never committed suicide. Okay? I removed all my fear. See, what happened was I delivered my soul to heaven first. Then I was attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? As I was being attacked by evil, because I was delivering my soul to heaven, I had panic attacks. anxiety, depression. I was stressed, paranoia. Okay? So, I was attacked by all of that. Okay? At the time, I wasn't sure what was going on. I just know that I was being attacked. I just know that I was being attacked by prejudice and hate. That I did know. I did know I was being attacked by prejudice and hate at the time, because I got fired and blacklisted from my job. Okay? Everybody I worked for hated me. Everybody I worked for hated me. Okay? So when I went to go get a job, nobody would give me a job because I'm prejudged and hated. Okay? And because I'm prejudged and hated, I never gave up to win. Okay? All right? I never gave up to win. Winners don't quit, quitters don't win. And that kept me unbreakable. Okay? My entire life was destroyed 13 years ago when I delivered my soul to heaven. I was fired and blacklisted from my job because I delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? I was attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? What else? I overcame everything. As I started fighting evil, I overcame all my bad habits. All my bad habits. Any bad habits I had, I overcame. I overcame them. Okay? I actually was in a deep depression for a long time. Okay? And what happened was I started doing karaoke. When I started doing the karaoke, I started pulling myself out of my depression. Okay? Alright? When I started doing the karaoke. Okay? Then that's when heaven asked me to fight prejudice. Heaven asked me to fight prejudice, and then I started fighting evil. Okay? Because I was attacked by prejudice and hate. I knew I was attacked by prejudice and hate when I was attacked by it. I was being attacked by prejudice and hate at work. Okay? I got more prejudice and hate stories than Jesus Christ. I was attacked by prejudice and hate for years. Okay? So, but I never gave up to win. Winners don't quit, quitters don't win. I kept myself unbreakable. As long as I stayed unbreakable, evil couldn't break me. As long as evil couldn't break me, that's it. My soul stayed in heaven. I was defending heaven. Okay? When you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? Alright? So, like I said, I was attacked by evil. I went to mental illness for like 3 years. Okay? I was mentally depressed for 3 years. Okay? I was actually depressed throughout my entire life. Because I was prejudged and hated. Okay? I was constantly prejudged and hated. Being attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? So, when it comes to fighting evil, nobody knows how to fight evil better than J.T. Quicks. Okay? Alright? So, now what happens is the forces of your love is going to increase. You're going to overcome all your bad habits. Okay? And then you're going to start seeing the truth in real time. You'll start seeing the truth in real time. You'll actually start seeing the war for heaven. Okay? You're going to see the forces of love, and you'll see evil. You'll see the truth in real time. You'll actually see the war for heaven. When you see the war for heaven, that means you entered the war for heaven. Okay? You never ever give up the win against evil. Okay? That's going to keep you unbreakable. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. Okay? And what's going to happen is the forces of your love is going to increase, right? You're going to become a non-sinner, and then your soul's going to enter heaven. When your soul enters heaven, that means you win. Okay? All right? You conquered evil and delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? All right? Your love will be fighting prejudice and hate. Okay? When you conquer evil. When you conquer evil, the forces of your love will be fighting prejudice and hate. Okay? All right? So what's going to happen is you're probably going to get attacked. You will probably be attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? All right? When you deliver your soul to heaven, you're going to know you delivered your soul to heaven. You'll know it. You'll know. Because you're going to be attacked by prejudice and hate. Because you went into war for heaven. All right? You're going to sense fear, hate, and love. I sense fear, hate, and love. Okay? I am prejudged and hated. Okay? But I sense fear, hate, and love. You will sense fear, hate, and love when your soul enters heaven. Okay? All right? Now what's going to happen is, let's say, let's move on and talk about the causes and effect between the forces of love and evil, prejudice, and hate. Okay? Let me explain what evil is first. Okay? All right? This is what evil is, okay? We have our evil, we have our prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil, demons, trolls, and cowards, okay? They live in fear, okay? What did I say? Live in fear, defend Satan, right? They live in fear, okay? All right? They attack the truth from heaven. They hate heaven, and they attack the forces of love that come from heaven. Okay? All right? They are enemy combatants to heaven because you entered a war. This is not a religion. This is a war. You have entered the war for heaven. These are enemy combatants to heaven. Their souls are not going to heaven. Okay? Just so you know. Because you entered the war for heaven. Okay? All right? You entered the war for heaven. Just like I entered the war for heaven. Okay? All right? So what happens is, that's evil. Okay? Evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Okay? All right? What did I say? Live in fear, defend Satan. Remove your fear, defend heaven. Okay? Now let's say you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? This is what you did. You defended your love. You defended heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. You'll be defending heaven. Okay? All right? Now the forces of your love, because you're defending heaven, fear is going to react against the forces of your love. Fear is going to react against that. And when fear reacts against that, it's going to hurt their prejudice. Okay? When it hurts their prejudice, this is going to drive the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil, demons, trolls, and cowards. This is going to drive them mad. This will drive them mad. Then they will prejudge and hate you. Okay? All right? And when they prejudge and hate you, you're going to get attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? This is what you're going to be attacked by. You're going to be attacked by hate, bowl breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice attack, They're going to talk behind your back. They're going to blame you for this, blame you for that. Everything is your fault. Nothing you do is ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it. Okay? That's what you're going to get attacked by. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Okay? All right? You don't have to say anything at all. You don't have to say nothing. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Okay? All right? And what's going to happen is the forces of your love, it hurts their prejudice. It just drives them mad. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you the truth about Jesus Christ again. Okay? Which I know I explained in the beginning, but I'm going to explain this again. Okay? Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? His soul was already in heaven when he was alive. Okay? All right? You're following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. That's what you're doing here. You are following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Because what I'm about to explain, okay, you're going to see that. Okay? All right? So what happened was Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? Because his soul was already in heaven when he was alive. Okay? So he's powerful, unbreakable love. This is when he was alive. Okay? The forces of his love, fear reacted against the forces of his love because the forces of his love was fighting prejudice and hate. The forces of his love was fighting prejudice and hate. And because the forces of his love was fighting prejudice and hate, fear reacted against the forces of his love. When fear reacted against the forces of his love, it hurt their prejudice. Okay? When it hurt their prejudice, this drove the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drove them mad. When this drove them mad, they prejudged and hated Jesus Christ. Okay? All right? They couldn't break Jesus Christ. Even when they tortured him, they couldn't break him. You want to know why? Because he never ever gives up the win against evil. Jesus Christ never ever gives up the win against evil. That kept him unbreakable. So long as he stayed unbreakable, he win. But as long as he stayed unbreakable, he won. Okay? All right? So what happened was, even when they tortured him, they couldn't break him. When they put him on a cross, when they crucified him, they couldn't break Jesus Christ. Okay? And because they couldn't break Jesus Christ, his soul stayed in heaven after he died. That means he won when he died. Okay? You're doing the same thing. Okay? When you deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? All right? Now let's say you delivered your soul to heaven. You defended your love. You defended heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. Okay? When you're defending love and freedom with its forces of love, you're defending heaven. Okay? Well, the forces of that love, fear reacts against the forces of that love. And when fear reacts against the forces of that love, it hurts their prejudice. When it hurts their prejudice, this drives the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. This will drive them mad. Okay? And when this drives them mad, then they're going to prejudge and hate you. Okay? Let's say somebody hates you. They're breaking your balls, breaking your chops. This is what you're going to get attacked by. When you get attacked by prejudice and hate. If you're prejudged and hated, this is what you're going to get attacked by. You're going to get attacked by prejudice and hate. If you're prejudged and hated, you're going to get attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? I know what it's like to be attacked by hate. I know what it's like. It hurts. It hurts. But I never give up. I know what it's like to have an entire elevator company hate me. Hate me because I delivered my soul to heaven. But my entire life was destroyed because I delivered my soul to heaven. That hurt me. That's what caused my mental illness, when it hurt me. Okay? When I was attacked by evil. We get attacked by evil when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. The toughest thing I want you to overcome is suicide. I want you to overcome suicide. Okay? Now let's say you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? You defended your love. You defended heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. Okay? You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. All right? When you're defending love and freedom with its forces of love, you're defending heaven. Okay? And when you're defending heaven, the forces of that love, fear is going to react against the forces of that love. And when fear reacts against the forces of that love, it's going to hurt their prejuditism. This hurts prejuditism. And when this hurts prejuditism, this drives the prejudgment, prejuditism and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. This is why the world hates me. You understand? Because I drive them mad. You're going to drive them mad. Then they're going to prejudge and hate you. Okay? And when they prejudge and hate you, you're going to get attacked by prejudice and hate. This is what you're going to get attacked by. You get attacked by hate, ball breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice attack. They're going to talk behind your back. They're going to blame you for this, blame you for that. Everything is your fault. Nothing you do is ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it. Okay? That's what you get attacked by. Okay? Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. You don't have to say nothing at all. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? Alright? You win every spiritual battle as long as you stay unbreakable. Okay? Don't let them break you. Don't allow them to break you. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Stay unbreakable. Okay? As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? So let's say somebody hates you. They're breaking your balls, breaking your chops. Somebody hates you. They're breaking your balls, breaking your chops. This happened to me. You want to know why this happened to me? Because I drove them mad. They never left me alone because I drove them mad. The forces of my powerful, unbreakable love drove them mad. And they never left me alone. They never left me alone. Okay? You're allowed to defend heaven. Let's say they never leave you alone because the forces of your powerful, unbreakable love is driving them mad, and they're never going to leave you alone. They're going to keep attacking you with prejudice and hate. That's when you can turn around and say, hey, go pound sand, go kick rocks. Okay? Or you can slay that demon. You want to slay the demon? Go tell him, hey, go take your prejudice and hate, and you can shove it up your... Yeah, you can tell him where to stick it. Sure. The best way to slay a demon is call them a demon. Okay? Call them a demon. The truth hurts their prejudice. The truth hurts their prejudice. The prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This is what they attack. They attack the truth from heaven. They hate heaven. And they attack the forces of love from heaven. You are the forces of love from heaven. That's why you're getting attacked. Okay? The prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. They're there to break love. They're there to break love. They are trying to break you because the forces of your love is too powerful, because you're fighting prejudice and hate. Okay? The prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. They are enemy combatants to heaven. They are enemy combatants to heaven. Okay? They are part of the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. They are part of the dictatorship of evil. Okay? They are part of the dictatorship of evil. The dictatorship of evil is being dictated by fear. Okay? When you deliver your soul to heaven, you escape the dictatorship of evil. You free yourself from the dictatorship of evil. You free yourself from Satan when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Now, like I said, you want to slay that demon? Call him a demon. Because the truth hurts their prejudice. The truth hurts their prejudice. Okay? Eventually they'll leave you alone. Alright? Eventually they should leave you alone. Okay? A good warrior never ever gives up to win against evil. They kick the crap out of evil and they deliver their soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? A good warrior. Okay? Alright? So, at Jesus Christ's love in heaven, we love you, we pray for you, we cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Okay? Jesus Christ always has your back if you get attacked by evil. Okay? Until next week, I love you. Bye.